Welcome back. Neville Goddard, chapter 4. Your faith is your fortune. Who am I? Who am I? But whom say ye that I am? Matthew 16:15. I am the Lord, that is my name, and my glory will I not give to another. I am the Lord, the God of all flesh. This I am within you, the reader, this awareness, this consciousness of being is the Lord, the God of all flesh. I am is he that should come. Stop looking for another. As long as you believe in a God apart from yourself, you will continue to transfer the power of your expression to your conceptions, forgetting that you are the conceiver. Let's do it again and again and again. All right. Let's get this conceiver, conception ironed out. All that is, God, right there. Everything that is. You are the conceiver, I am, and then you are your conception. Which self-concept are you today? Which one do you occupy? As long as you believe in a God apart from yourself, if you believe in a God apart, this is yourself. If you believe in a God apart from yourself, you will continue to transfer the power of your expression. This is your expression, your life, to your conceptions. These are your conceptions, the concept of your life. Forgetting that you are the conceiver. You are the conceiver. You are all that is. That is what is within you. Again, I love the drawing. It really can be used in almost every example. The power conceiving and the thing conceived are one, but the power to conceive is greater than a conception. The power conceived and the conception and the power conceiving are one, but the power to conceive is greater than the conception. The power to conceive is greater than the conception. Jesus discovered this glorious truth when he declared, I and my Father are one, but my Father is greater than I. The power conceiving itself to be man is greater than its conception. All conceptions are limitations of the conceiver. All conceptions are limitations of the conceiver. Think of it as like, the thought just escaped me, but if you have dolls and you're playing with one doll and it's different than another doll, this is a great way to look at it. I wish I had a prop for that, but you have G.I. Joe versus Barbie, for instance, and G.I. Joe is meant to be an action character, and Barbie is meant to be a glamorous character, let's say, just for the fun of this conversation. So this one is limited in her pose, the Barbie doll, versus the G.I. Joe doll was meant to be in action, stunts, flying, doing all kinds of crazy action-oriented stuff. The limitation of the conception was limited by that conception of the self, in this case the doll. The doll meaning it had its own inbuilt definitions. And this is like each one of us. But we're not limited like the doll. The G.I. Joe had the camouflage gear on and things like this that showed what he was about. Same with the Barbie, she had her clothing that was appropriate for the doll. But we as humans and beings from all that is are not limited like that. We can be one thing today, and tomorrow we can be another thing. This is what separates us. The power conceiving itself to be man is greater than its conception. All conceptions are limitations of the conceiver. Before Abraham was, I am. Before the world was, I am. Consciousness precedes all manifestations and is the prop upon which all manifestation rests. To remove the manifestations, all that is required of you, the conceiver, is to take your attention away from the conception. Remember, we're talking about take your attention away. Meditation, deep breaths, I am. Instead of out of sight, out of mind, it really is out of mind, out of sight, out of mind. I am, your deep breaths, out of mind, out of sight. Not out of sight, out of mind. It's out of mind, out of sight. The manifestation will remain in sight only as long as it takes the force with which the conceiver, I am, originally endowed it to spend itself. This applies to all creation from the infinitesimally small electron to the infinitely great universe. Be still and know that I am God. Yes, this very I am, your awareness of being, is God, the only God. I am is the Lord, the God of all flesh, all manifestation. This presence, your unconditioned awareness, comprehends neither beginning nor ending. Limitations exist only in the manifestations. Limitations exist only in the manifestation, whatever that is you're manifesting. When you realize this awareness is your eternal self, you will know that before Abraham was, I am. When you realize this awareness is your eternal self, you will know that before Abraham was, I am. Begin to understand why you were told, go thou and do likewise. Begin now to identify yourself with this presence, your awareness, as the only reality. All manifestations but appear to be you as man have no reality other than that which your eternal self, I am, believes itself to be. Begin now to identify yourself with this presence, your awareness, as the only reality. Whom do you say that I am? That is not a question asked 2,000 years ago. It is the eternal question addressed to the manifestation by the conceiver. The conceiver, and there's the manifestation. This is you. Okay? Whom do you say that I am? Whom do you say that I am? It is the eternal question addressed to the manifestation by the conceiver. It is your true self, your awareness of being, asking you, its present conception of itself, who do you believe your awareness to be? The answer can be defined only within yourself, regardless of the influence of another. I am, your true self, in parentheses, is not interested in man's opinion. All its interest lies in your conviction of yourself. What do you say of the I am within you? Can you answer and say, I am Christ? Your answer or degree of understanding will determine the place you will occupy in life. Do you say or believe yourself to be a man of a certain family, race, nation, etc.? Do you honestly believe this of yourself? Then life, your true self, will cause these conceptions to appear in your world, and you will live with them as though they are real. You will fall for the illusions that you set in motion when you believe that you're just of a certain family or of a certain race, nation, etc. These will be your limitations. I am the door. I am the way. I am the resurrection and the life. No man or manifestation cometh unto my Father save by me. I really like when he uses man and manifestation alongside each other, because manifestation seems to be what is meant by the phrase man. No man or manifestation cometh unto my Father save by me. No man or manifestation cometh unto my Father save by me. No man or manifestation cometh unto my Father except save by me. Means through you the manifestation comes to the Father. That's through you. Through your self-conception, the manifestations that you are bringing forth into your reality are coming to the Father by you. No man or manifestation cometh unto my Father save by me. I am, your consciousness, is the only door through which anything can pass into your world. Stop looking for signs. Signs follow, they do not precede. Begin to reverse the statement, seeing is believing, to believing is seeing. Believing is seeing. Start now to believe, not with the wavering confidence based on deceptive external evidence, but with an undaunted confidence based on the immutable law that you can be that which you desire to be. Excuse me. You will find that you are not a victim of fate, but a victim of faith, your own. You are not a victim of fate, but a victim of faith, your own. Only through one door can that which you seek pass into the world of manifestation. Only through one door can that which you seek pass into the world of manifestation. I am the door. Your consciousness is the door. So you must become conscious of being and having that which you desire to be and to have. You must become conscious of being. If you're here and you want to be here, this is your single self, and you want to be married, you must become conscious of being that. Your consciousness is the door, so you must become conscious of being and having that which you desire to be and to have. This is when you're falling asleep and when you're waking up. Any attempt to realize your desires in ways other than through the door of consciousness makes you a thief and a robber unto yourself. Any expression that is not felt as unnatural, any expression that is not felt is unnatural. Before anything appears, God, I am, feels itself to be the thing desired, and then the thing felt appears. Very important sentence. Let's repeat that one. Before anything appears, God, I am, feels itself to be the thing desired, and then the thing felt appears. It is resurrected, lifted out of the nothingness. Again, you're here, you're having an experience, and you want to be in another experience. When you're going to sleep and you're feeling it real, then you're going to bring that conscious awareness into this self, into this subconscious of this self, which brings it into being, and it cannot but become this. It can't stay here when you change the consciousness through feeling it real. Feeling is faith is your fortune. Your faith is your fortune, the name of the book, but feeling is the secret also. So when you feel it, that new consciousness becomes enveloped here, means that you are now then, you become this, the self that you are seeking to be. I am wealthy, poor, healthy, sick, free, confined were first of all impressions or conditions felt before they became visible expressions. I am wealthy, poor, healthy, sick, free, confined, were first of all impressions or conditions felt before they became visible expressions. Your world is your consciousness objectified. Waste no time trying to change the outside. Change the within or the impression, and the without or expression will take care of itself. When the truth of this statement dawns upon you, you will know that you have found the lost word or the key to every door. I am, your consciousness, is the magical lost word which was made flesh in the likeness of that which you are conscious of being. I am He. Right now, I am overshadowing you, the reader, my living temple, with my presence, urging upon you a new expression. Your desires are my spoken words. My words are spirit, and they are true, and they shall not return unto me void, but shall accomplish whereunto they are sent. They are not something to be worked out. They are garments that I, your faceless, formless self, wear. Behold, I, clothed in your desires, stand at the door, your consciousness, and knock. If you hear my voice and open unto me, recognize me as your Savior, I will come in unto you and sup with you, and you with me. Just how my words, your desires, will be fulfilled is not your concern. My words have a way ye know not of. My words have a way ye know not of. Their ways are past finding out. All that is required of you is to believe. Believe your desires to be garments your Savior wears. Your belief that you are now that which you desire to be is proof of your acceptance of life's gifts. You have opened the door for your Lord, clothed in your desire, to enter the moment you establish this belief. When ye pray, believe that ye have received, and it shall be so. All things, when ye pray, this is when you're going to sleep and you're in the conscious awareness of being this new self, your happy married self, and you're in the relationship and happy with it. You're bringing this consciousness into being, but because you're taking it into your you have opened the door for your Lord, clothed in your desire, to enter the moment you establish that belief. So the more you do that in this place, the more you do this conscious awareness of being married versus being single, then you're going to bring that conscious awareness into being. When ye pray, believe that you have received it, and ye shall be so. When ye pray, which is your sats, when you're falling asleep or when you're meditating, and you're feeling it real that you are experiencing that. All things are possible to him who believes. Make the impossible possible through your belief. And the impossible to others will embody itself in your world. So-called bridge of incidence. You'll be like a magnet for this new experience. It'll just happen. All men have had proof to the power of faith. The faith that moves mountains is faith in yourself. No man has faith in God who lacks confidence in himself. Your faith in God is measured by your confidence in yourself. Your faith in God is measured by your confidence in yourself. Your faith in God is measured by your confidence in yourself. I and my Father are one. Man and his God are one. Consciousness and manifestation are one. Consciousness and manifestation are one. And God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters. In the midst of all the doubts and changing opinions of others, let there be a conviction, a firmness of belief, and you shall see the dry land. Your belief will appear. The reward is to him that endureth unto the end. A conviction is not a conviction if it can be shaken. Your desire will be as clouds without rain unless you believe. Your unconditioned awareness, or I am, is the Virgin Mary, who knew not a man, and yet unaided by man, conceived and bore a son. Mary, the unconditioned consciousness, desired and then became conscious of being the conditioned state which she desired to express, and in a way unknown to others became it. Go and do likewise. Assume the consciousness of that which you desire to be, and you too will give birth to your Savior. When the Annunciation is made, when the urge or desire is upon you, believe it to be God's spoken word, seeking embodiment through you. When the Annunciation is made, when the urge or desire is upon you, believe it to be God's spoken word, seeking embodiment through you. Go tell no man of this holy thing that you have conceived. Lock your secret within you and magnify the Lord. Magnify or believe your desire to be your Savior coming to be with you. When this belief is so firmly established that you feel confident of results, your desire will embody itself. How it will be done, no man knows. I, your desire, have ways ye know not of. My ways are past finding out. Your desire can be likened to a seed, and seeds contain within themselves both the power and the plan of self-expression. Your consciousness is the soil. These seeds are successfully planted only if, after you claimed yourself to be and to have that which you desire, you confidently await results without an anxious thought. Basically, you go into the Sabbath. After you make it real and feel it real, then it's already done, actually. Now then you just await its results without an anxious thought because you know it's real already. If I be lifted up in consciousness to the naturalness of my desire, I shall automatically draw the manifestation unto me. Consciousness is the door through which life reveals itself. Consciousness is always objectifying itself. To be conscious of being or possessing anything is to be or have that which you are conscious of being or possessing. Therefore, lift yourself to the consciousness of your desire and you will see it automatically outpicture itself. To do this, you must deny your present identity. Let him deny himself. You deny a thing by taking your attention away from it. To drop a thing, problem, or ego from consciousness, you dwell upon God. God being I am. Remember, deep breaths. I am. I am. Be still and know that I am is God. Believe, feel that I am. Know that this knowing one within you, your awareness of being, is God. Close your eyes and feel yourselves to be faceless, formless, and without figure. I am. Faceless, formless, and without figure. Approach this stillness as though it were the easiest thing in the world to accomplish. This attitude will assure your success. Be like a child. When all thoughts of problem or self is dropped from consciousness, because you are now absorbed or lost in the feeling of just being I am, then begin in this formless state to feel yourself to be that which you desire to be. I am that I am. If you're here and you go into your meditation and you're I am and you close your eyes and you're with consciousness, then you start to stake the claim of what you desire to be. I am that I am. I am happily married. I am a happily married wife. I am a happily married husband. Okay, so you're claiming that. I am that. I am. The moment you reach a certain degree of intensity so that you actually feel yourself to be a new conception, this new feeling or consciousness is established and in due time will personify itself in the world of form. This new perception will express itself as naturally as you now express your present identity. It'll just seem all coincidental. It'll just happen. To express the qualities of a consciousness naturally, you must dwell or live within that consciousness. Appropriate it by becoming one with it. To feel a thing intensely and then rest confidently that it is makes the thing felt appear within your world. I shall stand upon my watch and see the salvation of the Lord. I shall stand firmly upon my feeling, convinced that it is so, and see my desire appear. A man can receive nothing, no thing, except it be given him from heaven. You can accept no thing, except it be given him from heaven. Unless you conceive it, you are not going to see the conception. To conceive it is to feel it and believe it. That's prayer. A man can receive nothing except it be given him from heaven. Remember, heaven is your consciousness. The kingdom of heaven is within you. This is why you are warned against calling any man father. Your consciousness is the father of all that you are. Again, you are told, salute no man on the highway. See no man as an authority. Why should you ask man for permission to express when you realize that your world in its every detail originated within you and is sustained by you as the only conceptual center? See no man as an authority. In my high school days, I read a musician had written in a local magazine. His opinion was that everybody should think for themselves, and he said basically think for yourself. And it struck me so deep at the time, and it really has been a long-running attitude I've had. And when I've gone and learned these different metaphysical interpretations of life, I've always had that as a core center of my being. Again, you are told, salute no man on the highway. I'm going to repeat this. See no man as an authority. See nothing outside of yourself as an authority. And as the Seth material states wonderfully, you are the only authority that there is. You are the only authority. And as Neville's saying here, see no man as an authority. Why should you ask man for permission to express when you realize that your world, in its every detail, originated within you and is sustained by you and is the only conceptional center? Your whole world may be likened to solidified space, mirroring the beliefs and acceptances as projected by a formless, faceless presence, namely, I am. Reduce the whole to its primordial substance, and nothing would remain but you, a dimensionless presence, the conceiver. Let me repeat the sentence. Reduce the whole to its primordial substance, and nothing would remain but you, a dimensionless presence, the conceiver. The conceiver is a law apart. Conceptions under such law are not to be measured by past accomplishments or modified by conceptions under such law are not to be measured by past accomplishments. It doesn't matter what's in the past. The past doesn't exist. And I'll do a video after this on time and how it works. But the past doesn't exist. Okay? Your whole life is in one moment anyway. It's what you're focused on in this moment that makes the difference. Shout out to Seth. Seth material taught me that very wonderfully. Let me repeat the sentence. Conceptions under such law are not to be measured by past accomplishments or modified by present capacities for, without taking thought, the conception in a way unknown to man expresses itself. You're infinitely possible to do anything. You're infinitely able to be any self-concept you want to be. Infinitely able. Go within secretly and appropriate the new consciousness. It applies to anything and everything. Feel yourself to be it, and the former limitations shall pass away as completely and as easily as snow on a hot summer's day. You will not even remember the former limitations. They were never part of this new consciousness. When you go from that single troubled relationship self to the new happily married self, these will no longer matter. It is okay to let them go away from your present focus, your present consciousness. It is okay to let these go. Let them die. They will be that vine that dies and withers and is cut. When the vine is pruned, this gets pruned. The vine and the new branch is here that you want to be, and that's why your focus is here. You're giving this consciousness. This vine can die and wither away. It doesn't matter. It's not important that it even existed ever. Your only important focus is here. Have you ever seen a child playing and they go and focus on the new play? Do they ever consider, if they're going to play over here and do this new thing, that's this new idea to have fun with, do they ever, have you ever seen a child dwell on the past? Ever? And there's a reason for that. Because they are aware of this structure and how this consciousness works. Their conscious awareness and where they put their sap is their new fun. They never go backwards. They only go into the now. More of the now. Let me repeat this. Go within secretly and appropriate the new consciousness. Fill yourself to be it, and the former limitations shall pass away as completely and as easily as snow on a hot summer's day. You will not even remember the former limitations. They were never part of this new consciousness. This rebirth Jesus referred to when he said to Nicodemus, "Ye must be born again," was nothing more than moving away from one state of consciousness to another. One state of consciousness to another. It's that simple. You must be born again. And I'm going to make the statement that how time works, you're consistently being born in each moment. Okay, I close my eyes, this world doesn't exist. When I open them, I just gave creation to the entire world in one instant. That's being born again when you realize it. So when you have a focus on a consciousness and you want to be a different one, you want to leave this one and go here because it is in an instant. Ye must be born again. So when you go into your sats and your feeling state, and when you're falling asleep and you're feeling, I am the new married husband, I am the new married wife, you're giving birth and you're being born into that self-concept. You must be born again. Whatsoever ye ask in my name, that will I do. This certainly does not mean to ask in words, pronouncing with the lips the sounds. God or Christ Jesus for millions have asked in this manner without results. To feel yourself to be a thing is to have asked for that thing in His name. I am is the nameless presence. I am is the nameless presence. To feel yourself to be rich is to ask for wealth in His name. I am wealthy is to ask for that thing in His name. I am is His name. I am is the nameless presence. I am is unconditioned. It is neither rich nor poor, strong nor weak. In other words, in Him there is neither Greek nor Jew, bond nor free, male nor female. These are all conceptions or limitations of the limitless, and therefore names of the nameless. To feel yourself to be anything is to ask the nameless, I am, to express that name or nature. Ask whatsoever ye will in my name by appropriating the nature of the thing desired, and I will give it unto you. End of chapter. Oh my goodness. To feel yourself to be anything is to ask the nameless I am, to express the name or nature. Ask whatsoever ye will in my name by appropriating the nature of the thing desired, and I will give it unto you. It doesn't matter what self-concept you want to be. You want to be a millionaire, a billionaire, a trillionaire. You want to be happily married. You want to be. You want to have children. You want to live in a house. You want to live by the beach. You want to live in Europe. You want to live in America. It doesn't make a difference. The thing that we all have in common is we all sleep every single night. Every single person. I don't know if people speak a lot about this, but the funny thing is we all have to sleep. And why are we doing that? Why is that so necessary? In my personal opinion, in my personal intuitive understanding of all this, after studying for so many decades, we all return to the source consistently. We re-plug in and we remind ourselves of our beginning. I think that when this self-conception goes to sleep, it's returning to that I amness. And that I amness is the factory from which everything's made. So as you go into your sleep and you take that concept of what you are, if you're going to do the same thing over and over again and just believe in limitation, for instance, you're taking the same thing to your I am, and you're waking up with the same thing, I am that. And you take it back and you're just stuck in this cycle. But by taking on, let's say, this Neville material or this particular book, you're now taking on a challenge that you can conceive yourself to be something different. You can be that other I am. I am that. I am. I am that. I am. You can take and challenge your assumption of what you think you are. And you can become the thing you want to be simply by this approach. And he's saying it in so many words, saying the same thing over and over again. It's very similar to the Seth material, where Seth is basically saying the same thing over and over. Neville says your imagination creates reality. And if you know that, and you know it's true, what is it you are imagining? If your imagination creates reality, and your imagination is I am, and you're imagining this to be real, and you know that's true, if you know that's true, if you assume that this is true, if you challenge the assumption of you knowing that whether or not your imagination creates reality, then you know that this is what you're imagining. What you're experiencing is your imagination. And if you want it to change, you have to challenge that you even are doing it in the first place. You must challenge this assumption to then go on the assumption, I am happily married. I'm living a wonderful married life. I have a wonderful married wife. I have a wonderful married, I'm happily married. I am a happily married husband. I'm a happily married wife. You can say it in an infinite amount of ways, but you have to challenge the assumption. If you're in one place and you want to be in the other, you have imagined yourself in the place you are. And challenging that assumption to imagine yourself in the new place is the groundwork, is the level. This is the beginning of using this material for your benefit. So challenge your assumptions. Ask whatsoever ye will in my name by appropriating the nature of the thing desired, and I will give it unto you. What a great chapter. Chapter 4, Your Faith is Your Fortune. My goodness. The power of imagination. The book of all that holds all of Neville's books. There's a wonderful picture of Neville in the back. I'll probably put a picture up sooner or later. I don't know if I'm going to get that in focus. It's got to be right around this area. What a great teacher, great orator. We'll see you in the next video.